Hey everybody in YouTube land. It's been a while since I made a video. This is going to be a quick short video on my main stereo receiver, which is actually a Pioneer SX-780. What I'm going to do with this thing is do a quick cleaning and restoration because these controls are dirty and switches are intermittent, and I haven't done a whole lot of work in this thing in, I don't know, 11 years. I acquired this from one of my old jobs, just like this, actually. The vinyl, or what do you call that? The simulated wood grain is just painted, probably where it's falling apart, or it finally peeled apart, and that's what the undercoating looks like. I don't know. And I have no idea how to fix it, because that's not in my realm of expertise. However, I got it just like this. No back cover, no feet, no anything. So over the last year, I've slowly been, I was using it for a little while, but last year I've been slowly getting all the parts together to get this thing fixed. So I got the bottom cover, I got the feet, I got the lamps for the dial pointer down here, and all that. But initially, the reason why I got it was course broken. And I'm going to try to flip this thing down single-handedly on camera so I can show you what I did. It's a fairly ugly fix, but it works. These are Darlington power packs, and these things go bad all the time. And unfortunately, genuine replacements are very few and far between. The only thing you can find now are the cheap Chinese crap, which I'll never, ever use on these. So what I ended up doing was the next best thing. I fixed it. I fixed it. And actually, it works well. This channel is stronger and has greater output than this one does. This one starts to go into clipping and seems to be a little bit more noisy than this channel. And I'm probably going to have to do the same thing to that one. But so what I ended up doing was taking the chip apart rather abruptly. And then you'll see inside this silicone pad these two big landing areas. Those are the original output transistors inside the Darlington power pack. You can just see the driver transistors inside here. The driver transistors survived, but the outputs did not. So I cut the output transistors and soldered wires directly on them and ran them to my two new outputs. And even though it looks a little ugly, it works perfectly fine. My solution, my real solution, is going to be removing all of that and creating my own little circuit board that has these pins on it, and the circuit board will have the output transistors soldered on the board along with the driver transistors, and that should take care of that problem properly. But that's not why I have this apart. I have this apart so I can get these controls fixed, because the sound is perfectly fine now. Now I just got to check for bad solder joints up under the base knob because it was intermittent. And there's some other intermittencies, but that's not a big deal. We'll deal with it. This was just a quick overview video of my receiver. So, thank you for watching. Here's to 40 years of dust, or likewise. So, yeah. And I found this wrapped inside of it, and that's not my handwriting. I'm not sure what that goes to. It's been in there for a while, because this plastic is turned kind of hard and brittle. I think that might have went to the bottom cover. So, yeah, well, alrighty then. Next order of business is to get this front cover off so I can get into the faceplate to change the bulbs, because, well, we've only got one good bulb. And then this, I gotta get this loose. I've already got that one loose. This side's ready to come off. Now I gotta get this loose and be able to take this faceplate off. It's a shame it's scratched on the top, but oh well. Alright, I just got done spraying out all the pots, and I noticed I had intermittent bass and treble, and I'm starting to figure out why that is. As soon as I get the thing to focus in there. There you go. See that? It's nice and cracked. And I'm starting to notice it all through here. So, yeah, I'm going to have to do some definite resoldering on this. Someone has already resoldered the volume control at one time. I can already see that. So I'm going to go ahead. Oh, and I went ahead and put the LEDs in. The LED pilot lighting. And of course, as soon as I sat it down, the LEDs stick too tall. So it busted all the sockets. So I have to rig that in there. Of course. What it looks like with the LEDs installed. So that certainly looks better. Pretty dumb move on my part. Breaking off all the clips, see? But VHB to the rescue. Stuff's awesome and it works perfect for that. Let's see if I can't get this little guy to finagle around here without breaking the tuner string, although the tuner string is not important to me. Because the tuner string, there we go, sticky. And done. It's in there. There we go, perfect. Well, now that the pots are all sprayed out, the solder joints are done, and the faceplate's all nice and clean, I finally decided to get the back on there. Since I didn't have the original screws, I had to dig something up out of my can of extra screws to figure out what would fit. And they're not perfect, but they get in there. The feet are all on there, and everything's all nice and good. So it's time to put it back in my stereo hookup and see how it performs. It should perform the same. Just the controls should work a whole lot better. Before I get everything all hooked up, there's another thing I need to note too, and that's this cassette deck right here. I put belts in this thing last year, and unfortunately it still has a problem. And anybody that knows these units knows there's two drive motors in here. There's one for the capstan system, and then there's one for the rim drive. The rim drive motor has bad commutator bars or dirty commutator bars because the problem is the motor runs erratically, speed's erratic, and it has a lot of stops and slowdowns. So all of a sudden it'll be playing a tape, and then the take-up reel will just stop, and then the tape will spool inside, and then the whole thing shuts off because there's a sensor on this that detects whether it's spinning or not. And then sometimes if you tap on the motor, it'll just spool back up and start going again. Then it'll stop, tap on it, it'll go, run for a bit, stop, tap on it, and process repeat. So eventually, my next video is going to be fixing this thing. Probably not my very next video, but this will be the next stereo video. For now, though, I have the receiver in place. Everything's all nice and clean. And next thing I got to do is hook this monstrosity up. And then I picked this piece of equipment up last spring, and this is my turntable. I'm actually waiting on a stylus because this one came with a Empire something or other, and they don't make that stylus anymore. They make a generic replacement, and I tried it, and it sounds like complete ass crack. So yeah, it's got really compressed mids and severely distorted highs, so I'm not going to be able to use generic replacement, so I will have to find a new cartridge. So I got Audio-Technica AT120 on the way for that with a new head shell, so I don't have to take that one apart. And I'll get that one up to snuff. Well, now that the receiver, all the controls have been cleaned and all the face has been cleaned and all that fun stuff, so let's give it a good sound check here. Should be fairly good. Now, I haven't recapped it or anything, but alrighty then, that concludes the quick look and quick clean and repair of the Pioneer SX-780. Thank you for watching.